Think you remember these UK movie stars from the 70s, 80s, and 90s? Let's put your memory to the test in reverse. We'll show you what they look like now, and you try to guess who they are before we reveal their younger photo and name. Keep track of how many you get right, and let us know your score in the comments. From action heroes to romantic leads, from comedy legends to dramatic powerhouses, this is your ultimate test of British cinema knowledge. Ready? Let's begin. This elegant lady is Helen Mirren, the powerhouse who dominated both stage and screen. The Queen earned her an Oscar, but she was already a force in films like Excalibur and The Long Good Friday. At 79 in 2025, she continues acting with remarkable grace. That's Julie Walters, the versatile actress who brought warmth to Educating Rita and Billy Elliot. Her comedic timing and dramatic depth made her one of Britain's most beloved performers. At 75 in 2025, her legacy spans decades. That distinguished gentleman with silver hair is Sean Connery. Though we lost this legend in 2020 at age 90, his James Bond legacy from Dr. No and Goldfinger made him the ultimate 007. His later roles in The Hunt for Red October proved he was more than just Bond. Michael Caine at 91, the Cockney charmer whose distinctive voice made classics like The Italian Job, Get Carter, and Alfie unforgettable. His later success in the Dark Knight trilogy proved his enduring appeal across generations. Roger Moore. We lost this suave Bond in 2017 at 89, but his sophisticated take on 007 in films like Live and Let Die and The Spy Who Loved Me defined the character for the 70s and 80s. Coming up, one of Britain's most controversial yet talented actors that will test your knowledge. Maggie Smith at 90. The sharp-tongued dame whose career from the prime of Miss Jean Brodie to Downton Abbey spans over 6 decades. Her wit and commanding presence made every role memorable. Anthony Hopkins at 87. The Welsh master whose Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs became cinema legend. Earlier roles in The Elephant Man showed his incredible range and intensity. Judi Dench at 90. The theatrical powerhouse who became M in the Bond films, but built her reputation on stage and in films like A Room with a View. Her recent career resurgence proves talent never ages. Ian McKellen at 86. The classically trained actor who brought Shakespeare to film and later became Gandalf. Richard III and Gods and Monsters showcased his dramatic brilliance before fantasy fame. Derek Jacobi at 86. The distinguished classical actor whose I, Claudius made him a household name. His Shakespearean background brought gravitas to every performance throughout the decades. Bob Hoskins. We lost this powerhouse in 2014 at 71, but his memorable roles in The Long Good Friday, Mona Lisa, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, his incredible versatility, and London Charm. Gary Oldman at 66. The chameleon who disappeared into roles like Sid Vicious in Sid and Nancy, and later won an Oscar for Darkest Hour as Churchill. His transformation ability remains unmatched. Daniel Day-Lewis at 67, the method actor who retired at his peak after 3 Best Actor Oscars. My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood, and Lincoln showed his complete dedication to craft. Emma Thompson at 65, the Cambridge graduate whose wit shines in Howard's End and Sense and Sensibility. Her writing talents earned her Oscars both as actress and screenwriter, proving her versatility. Hugh Grant at 64, the stammering romantic who defined 90s British rom-com with 4 Weddings and a Funeral and Notting Hill. His charming, bumbling persona became internationally beloved. We're halfway through. Time to separate the casual movie fans from the true cinema buffs. Kenneth Branagh at 64, the Shakespearean prodigy who directed and starred in Henry V and Hamlet. His later success with Thor showed his ability to bridge classical and popular cinema. Ralph Fiennes at 62, the intense actor whose Amon Goeth in Schindler's List was chilling, while The English Patient showed his romantic leading man potential. Later became Voldemort in M. Colin Firth at 64, the period drama king whose Mr. Darcy made hearts flutter before the King's Speech earned him an Oscar. His stammering George VI was a career-defining performance. Ewan McGregor at 54, the Scottish charmer who went from Trainspotting's heroin addict to young Obi-Wan Kenobi. His versatility from indie films to blockbusters proved his range. Tilda Swinton at 64, the otherworldly presence whose androgynous beauty and fearless choices made her an art house icon. Orlando and The Deep End showcased her unique screen presence. Kate Winslet at 49, who became a star at 21 in Titanic, but proved her dramatic chops in The Reader and Revolutionary Road. Her ability to balance blockbusters and prestige films continues. Helena Bonham Carter at 58, the eccentric aristocrat who specialized in period pieces like A Room with a View, before becoming Tim Burton's muse in darker, more fantastical roles. Kristen Scott Thomas at 64, the elegant actress who moved between British and French cinema effortlessly. 4 Weddings and The English Patient made her an international star. Here's our special, one of Britain's most complex actors whose personal controversies overshadowed their undeniable talent. Rupert Everett at 65, the aristocratic rebel whose My Best Friend's Wedding charm couldn't quite overcome Hollywood's limitations for openly different leading men in the 90s. His wit remains sharp throughout. Miranda Richardson at 66, the character actress whose range from Dance with a Stranger to The Crying Game proved her ability to disappear into any role completely. Brenda Blethyn at 78, the working-class actress whose Secrets and Lies performance earned her an Oscar nomination. Her authentic portrayals of ordinary women made her extraordinary. Emily Watson at 58, who burst onto the scene in Breaking the Waves with a fearless debut that earned international acclaim. Her subsequent career proved that first impression wasn't a fluke. Rachel Weisz at 54, the Cambridge graduate whose intelligence shines through roles from The Mummy to The Favorite. Her Oscar win for The Constant Gardener confirmed her dramatic abilities. Get ready, we're stepping it up now. Only true British cinema fans will recognize these next stars. Samantha Morton at 47, the intense actress whose Sweet and Lowdown and In America earned Oscar nominations. Her ability to convey emotion without words made her unforgettable. Charlotte Rampling at 79, the enigmatic beauty whose The Swimming Pool and 45 Years proved her enduring power. Her mysterious screen presence captivated audiences for decades. Glenda Jackson at 88, the fierce actress who won 2 Oscars for Women in Love and A Touch of Class before becoming a politician, then returning to acting in her 80s. Vanessa Redgrave at 87, the political activist whose talent in Julia and Howard's End couldn't be overshadowed by controversy. Her commitment to both craft and causes never wavered. Joan Plowright at 95, the distinguished stage actress who brought gravitas to films like Enchanted April. Her marriage to Laurence Olivier connected her to theatrical royalty. Eileen Atkins at 90, the character actress whose sharp intelligence made every supporting role memorable. Her writing partnership with Jean Marsh created Upstairs, Downstairs. Patricia Clarkson, though American, her extensive UK work and British sensibility in films like The Station Agent made her honorary British cinema royalty. Phyllida Law at 92. Emma Thompson's mother, whose supporting roles in Peter's Friends and other British films showed where Emma inherited her talent and wit. Imelda Staunton at 69, the powerhouse whose Vera Drake performance earned her an Oscar nomination. Her range from Mike Leigh's naturalism to Harry Potter's Umbridge proved her versatility. Leslie Manville at 68, another Mike Leigh regular whose Another Year and Phantom Thread showcased her ability to find humanity in difficult characters. Ruth Sheen at 66, the Mike Leigh collaborator whose naturalistic performances in High Hopes and Life is Sweet helped define British social realism. Jane Horrocks at 61, the distinctive actress whose little voice showcased her incredible vocal range. Her work with Mike Leigh and in Absolutely Fabulous showed her comedic timing. Frances Barber at 66, the theatrical actress whose intensity in Sammy and Rosie Get Laid and We Think the World of You made her a cult figure. Lindsay Duncan at 74, the sophisticated actress whose Under the Tuscan Sun and stage work proved her ability to handle both comedy and drama with equal skill. Sheena Cusack at 76, the Irish actress whose British film work in Stealing Beauty and long stage career made her a respected figure in UK cinema. Final stretch, these last stars will separate the true British film obsessives from casual viewers. Anna Massey, we lost her in 2011 at 73, but her distinctive voice and memorable roles in Frenzy and Hotel du Lac made her a beloved character actress. Billie Whitelaw passed in 2014 at 82, but her haunting performance in The Omen and work with Samuel Beckett made her a legend of British theatre and film. Prunella Scales at 92, beloved as Basil Fawlty's long-suffering wife Sybil, whose film work in Howard's End and Wolf showed her dramatic range beyond comedy. Penelope Wilton at 78, the elegant actress whose The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel and Downton Abbey work proved her enduring appeal across generations. Geraldine James at 74, the character actress whose The Jewel in the Crown and 4 Weddings and a Funeral work made her a familiar face in quality British productions. Cheryl Campbell at 76, the versatile actress whose Chariots of Fire and television work showed her ability to handle both period and contemporary roles. Susanna York, we lost her in 2011 at 72, but her work in They Shoot Horses, Don't They? And Superman made her an international star. Sarah Miles at 82, the free-spirited actress whose Ryan's Daughter and The Hirelings showcased her natural beauty and dramatic ability. Judy Geeson at 76, the 60s starlet who transitioned to character roles in films like To Sir with Love and horror films, proving her versatility. Hayley Mills at 78, the child star who grew into adult roles, though never quite escaped her Disney image from Pollyanna and The Parent Trap. Jenny Agutter at 72, who went from child star in The Railway Children to adult roles in An American Werewolf in London and The Avengers. Twiggy at 75, the 60s supermodel who proved her acting chops in The Boyfriend and later The Blues Brothers, showing her versatility beyond fashion. Jacqueline Bisset at 80, the international beauty whose Bullet in the Deep made her a sex symbol, though her acting deserved more recognition. Jane Seymour at 74, who went from Bond girl in Live and Let Die to American television success, though her British roots remain strong. Carolyn Munro at 75, the Hammer horror queen whose Dracula AD 1972 and Bond work in The Spy Who Loved Me made her a cult figure. Madeline Smith at 77, another Hammer horror regular whose The Vampire Lovers and Live and Let Die work made her a genre favorite. Ingrid Pitt, we lost this Hammer horror legend in 2010 at 73, but her work in The Vampire Lovers and Countess Dracula made her iconic. Valerie Leone at 79, the statuesque actress whose Blood from the Mummy's Tomb and Carry On films made her a British B-movie icon. Victoria Vetri at 79, though American-born, her extensive British film work in the 70s made her part of the UK cinema landscape. Adrienne Corey passed in 2016 at 85, but her work in A Clockwork Orange and countless British films made her a memorable character actress. How many did you get? These British cinema legends didn't just entertain. They defined decades of filmmaking and influenced actors worldwide. From classical theatrical training to method acting intensity, they brought sophistication and depth to every role. Drop your score in the comments. Which decade dominated your knowledge? The gritty 70s, the diverse 80s, or the romantic 90s? Did the leading ladies fool you, or were the character actresses your downfall? Part 2 is coming next with even more British cinema legends to test your knowledge. If you enjoyed this challenge, hit that like button and subscribe. We're just getting started on this journey through British film history.